England, about 195 million years ago. The early Jurassic oceans were characterized by a warm and tropical climate, likely hosting a variety of marine environments. These included shallow coastal areas, deeper oceanic zones, and shallow waterways that were abundant with kelps and similar coral colonies to today. Plesiosaur. A piscivorous plesiosaur. Plesiosaurus primarily consumed clams and snails, and it is believed to have also eaten belemnites, fish, and various other prey. Its U-shaped jaw, equipped with sharp teeth, functioned similarly to a fish trap. It moved through the water using its paddles, as its tail was too short to provide significant propulsion. During a chase, its neck could have served as a rudder for navigation. Like many sea snakes, Plesiosaurus gave birth to live young in the water. The young likely spent time in estuaries before venturing into the open ocean. It has been suggested that the long neck of Plesiosaurus might have posed a challenge for acceleration, as any bend in the neck could create turbulence. If this is true, Plesiosaurus would need to keep its neck straight to achieve effective acceleration, which could complicate hunting. Therefore, it is possible that these creatures preferred to ambush their prey rather than actively chase them. In comparison to other plesiosaur species, Plesiosaurus features a relatively small head. The skull is significantly narrower than it is long, achieving its maximum width just behind the eyes. The front part of the skull is described as bluntly triangular. When viewed from the side, the skull reaches its peak at the back of the skull table. The external nostrils are positioned over the end back of the nasal cavity. These nostrils are not located at the very tip of the snout. Instead, they are situated further back, closer to the eyes than to the tip of the skull. Unlike the nostrils found in other plesiosaurs, these do not seem to be adapted for detecting scents underwater. The Plesiosaurus was a moderately sized plesiosaur, reaching lengths of 9.4 to 11.5 feet. It has around 40 neck vertebrae, with various specimens showing between 38 and 42 cervical vertebrae. In addition to these, the vertebral column includes a few pectoral vertebrae that connect the neck to the torso, about 21 dorsal or back vertebrae, 3 or more sacral vertebrae, and at least 28 caudal vertebrae. Typically, the centra of the cervical vertebrae are relatively elongated, being slightly longer than they are tall. However, their width is generally equal to or greater than their length. The articular surfaces of the cervical centra are described as slightly concave and kidney-shaped, featuring rounded, slightly rough edges. Plesiosaurus fossils have been found all around the world, but specifically the United Kingdom, France, and the United States. The initial complete skeleton of Plesiosaurus was unearthed by the pioneering paleontologist and fossil collector Mary Anning in December 1823, within the early Jurassic rocks near Lyme Regis in Dorset, England. For many years, more Plesiosaurus fossils were discovered in the rocks of Dorset. Plesiosaurus was among the earliest of the antediluvian reptiles to be found, sparking significant interest in 19th century England. It was named near lizard by William Conybeare and Henry Besch, highlighting its closer resemblance to typical reptiles compared to Ichthyosaurus, which had been discovered in the same rock layers just a few years prior. Plesiosaurus serves as the quintessential genus of Plesiosauria and was the first to be documented, thus giving its name to the entire order. The shoulder girdle is somewhat understood but seems to be characteristic of plesiosaurs. It features fused clavicles at the front, shoulder blades, and large coracoids. Both the scapulae and coracoids play a role in forming the arm sockets. Midway along the connections, there are a pair of oval openings known as pectoral fenestrae. The forelimbs are elongated and relatively slender compared to those of most plesiosaurs. The upper arm bone exhibits a unique curvature, which seems to be a primitive trait retained among sauropterygians. Adult Plesiosaurus also display a notable groove along the underside of the humerus. The forearm consists of a flat, broad, crescent-shaped ulna and a radius that is described as robust and pillar-like. The wrist is made up of 6 bones. The hand paddle contains 5 digits, while the phalangeal formula remains uncertain. One large specimen shows a count from the thumb to the 5th finger of 4-8-9-8-6.